and welcome everybody to our flower of the month. Now this one is just beautiful. Well, they all are. I say that every time, don't I? Now we're working with the Anemone. I've brought the boards back in with me just to go through and show you again what the collection is, because this one is a little bit of education and inspiration. So this is the Anemone. Look how big this die is. It's fabulous. So again, the artwork on all of this is incredible. Using that split unity die that you get with it, I've put a back on here. So that's got a matte layer. Again, there's, you can use it over the edge, etc. But beautiful, beautiful die. So that's the large one. As with the formula with the flower of the month, we also do a smaller one. And the smaller one variably goes in the other direction. So again, that's creating movement in your projects. Again, with the smaller one, you're going to get the matte layer. So that's number 2. And then the third one, you get the Build a Bouquet one. So the Build a Bouquet are elements that we've cut down and snipped into. So again, adding more movement to your projects and making them look quite lifelike. So we've got our stems, bit of foliage, we've got our single bloom head, one that is orientated differently, which I love because it's a side version. So again, you can really get that perspective going with your actual collections. And then this one is really curved over. So there's a lot going on with all three for this one. And this is what we can make. So on here, I've used the Build a Bouquet, the small one and the large one all together to create this lovely bouquet or cluster. Okay, now you can pop any of our current dies that are on highlightcrafts.com. So remember, we've got bottles and plant pots, jars. We've got lots on there that you can actually then use with these as like a receptacle for you to actually pop them into. Or you can use your backgrounds, okay? So any of your backgrounds could go on here to create that wow factor. Okay, but this, I've kept it quite simple on this board with just the actual cuts. So that is what the collection is. Now look at the colorways that you're getting. Just very quick flick through. So again, highlightcrafts.com is where you're going to find all your fabulous, look at these colorways. And then what the design team have done for us, the graphics, they've washed some out. So we've got a little hint of colour. Look at that one. So we've got a hint of colour. So they're almost white with a touch of, and this is what you find with the anemones. You get them so they're full on really strong, bold colours, or they're then like this. So we're giving you lots of natural colourways as well with this one. So I've already gone ahead. I've got lots of little bits and pieces cut out, ready and raring to go. And the colourways I've chosen to go with are the blue, which are the original colourway. And then I've picked out, like I say, this lovely washed colour that has got white and then it's got that hint of this hue of red around the edge. They are just fabulous. So starting off, I've got myself a little bit of ribbon, okay? I've got myself an oval, a piece of rectangle black card, and a card blank. So that actually fits quite nicely on there. So first of all, A4 piece of cardstock, glasses on, and that's my card blank. Super easy. Then I have this black panel that's going to go on here. And then I've got my lovely oval. But before I put this on, I need to put some ribbon on here as well. So I'm going to move the panel over slightly. And my ribbon is going to go down this edge. I'm going to snip it off and then I'm going to go this way. Then the panel's going to go back in. And then my oval's going to go back in, okay? So first of all, I need to cut this down and I'm going to pop on my ribbon using red liner tape. Like so. Red liner tape is fabulous to use when you're using with fabric. It is when you can find the end anyway. There we go. In fact, I'm going to pop that on my card because that's going to be the easiest way of doing this. There we go, down there. Put a double strip of this on because I'm using the 5mm red liner tape. And the red liner tape is wonderful when you're using ribbon scraps and things because it's an instant grab. So this is my first one. Use my tweezers to take this backing off. Oops. As always, when you're using your collections, we love to see what you're actually creating. So please, please, please pop across onto our website and upload what you're actually making for us, okay? Because we do love, genuinely, we do love to see what you're doing. So pop that over there. Or Facebook, we've got lovely Facebook. If you haven't already joined our Facebook group, we've got a fabulous highlight crafts and they are such a lovely community on there now as well. So come and join us on there and also pop all your makes on there because the inspiration of what you're making helps others because we're always getting new crafters all the time. And it'd be so nice for you to all join in. And that way, being on the groups that we've got as well, lets you in and lets you know what's coming up as well in advance. So again, red liner tape across the bottom. Oops. I'm popping my ribbon like so. And then to trim it down, I'm actually trimming from the back because the card itself is helping me get that lovely straight line to my ribbon edge. I haven't got to cut from the front and guess. Because if I'm cutting from the front like so, you can't actually quite see properly. So that's why I do it that way around. Then we have our black piece of card that's going on here. And this is going on with foam tape. So I've added interest by bringing in ribbon. I'm adding interest by changing my matte layers and how they are on here with foam tape. Or if you like using your 3D glue gel, that works just as well when you're wanting to add height. That one's a little bit big. I'm just going to trim that down. And then I'm going to pop a little bit of this in the middle, not very much, I don't want to waste it. And that's going to stop the middle getting crushed. So then that comes in on there like that. And I've left it that you can still see edges of my ribbon. Then we're going to go in with this lovely disc. And again, when we're overlapping all of these things, can you see the pattern in the background? So we're making a background without actually really, you know, for free, really. And it's all just mats and layers of cardstock. So it's not even inks and things like that. This one is very muted, monochrome. I've kept it very simple. That on there. And this tape is our 5mm, and it's 2mm wide, like so. And then all we've got to do is make the choice of which florals we're going to build up on the front of this. So you could actually have an evening making card blanks like this. Pop that on there. Okay, so that is my card blank. And now let's bring in these beautiful florals. Look at this. Now, very clean, simple, no extra, no decoupage or anything. Look how beautiful these are. Aren't they glorious? And the artwork, how the middle of this flower really looks 3D and brings it to life. The only thing if I was doing this is I could possibly add a little bit of this colour ink on the edge, but that's all I would do to that to make that different. But being me, as you all know, I've got to decoupage. So I'm snipping into, and as always, when you look at the die cuts, the actual snippability of these, look how incredible these are. There's so much in here, you can snip away and add shape. So I'm going to do the same thing again with this one. Using those little pips of those die cuts. And then this at the front is the piece that I want to keep. So I need to cut some of this away. So I'm going to use the lines. Every time it jumps to another one, I let it go to the next one. Okay, so that's one piece taken out. I'm going to snip into this so I can lift this forward and release that petal like so. So now that one's going to move forward. Okay, and I think I'm just going to take this one out as well. And each time I just snip the pip and it goes to the next piece. Okay, so they're my 3 layers. This one I'm going to work from the back, like so. This one from the front, because that way I've got one going away from me and one coming towards me. So again, when you're doing your decoupage, it gives it a really full shape. And this one, I'm going to work from the front again, but I'm going to work and bring that real forward, like so. Now, pop on my glue gel for this. And they're quite big blooms on this anemone as well, so I'm putting a few little dobs of the glue on, little balls of glue. But this one, pop it in, just spread that out a little bit, but I want an extra piece here because I don't want that to collapse. I want it to stay quite full. Okay. There we go. Little top tip, if you haven't seen me do it before, when I'm using my glue gel without a syringe, I pop my little stick back in there, so that way it's not rolling around on the desk either, which is a big help. Because I'm really good at putting my hand in it, or it gets left behind and then it's stuck to something it shouldn't be. So place that one on there, and this one where I've done that little bits of snipping and I've lifted that one forward, place that on there. And can you see the difference it makes by taking out those little elements, how much more depth you get? And also here on this one, because I've put that glue gel under there, it's not going to get squashed and collapse. So the next pieces I actually want to do, I want some of this lovely blue, or the little blue ones, and this, what I'm using with the blue one, this is the Build a Bouquet piece. And then I want one red and one blue of the smaller one. So these are the ones I want to shape first. Put these actually on my card, and then I'm going to have a look at where I can put in the foliage. So I've started with my florals, and then I can finish off with my foliage. So I'm going to bring my card in. I've shaped all my pieces. I'm going to flip that over. Because I've put that glue gel on there as well, I am not actually worried that that is going to move in any way. Cut that one down. I may use that one. Not yet decided. With anything, when we're making our cards, we do like to change our minds, don't we? Add in a little bit of extra something. So I've got that there in the wings waiting, just in case I need it. Pop these on here. And then I'm going to spread this out a little bit because I actually want it a little bit flatter to the surface here. And then with my applicators that you can get on our website, highlightcrafts.com, I've got a little bit more precision because I can just take the smallest amount of glue gel and pop it exactly where I need it. I know you can do that with the syringes, but not everybody can squeeze those syringes, can they? And then for the stem, I'm only going to put a little bit of wet glue. On the very edge. So just that bottom piece there. And then that leaves me that everything else is free and I can tuck in around it. So now I'm going to position that like so. And that just looks phenomenal on its own, doesn't it? A little sentiment on there would be fabulous. So do I want to go? Nope. So all of the other pieces, I'm going to pop my gel on. And again, I've chosen on these to mix up the colours. And then we're going to do another one where we're going to bring in and mix up all the different florals as well, which will be a lot of fun because I think that's really good to use up the florals in different ways. So that is going to sit on there, and I am actually going to, when I glue it down, I'm going to glue that stem to that stem there as if it is one of the buds. Pop a little bit of glue on my finger and then hover over the stem and stick that down. So that's as if it is actually coming off of the actual flower. And then this one, we've got that beautiful blue. So I'm separating this one off over the top. Got this one that I'm going to tuck in. This one, I love this because what I'm going to do here is I've got a one where I need to add a flower head. So we've got the stems, we've got all the lovely stems that are extras. So once you actually snip a stem down, you can create your own flower. Okay, so I think I'm actually going to do that. So I'm going to pop that on there like so. And then again, just with a little glue on my finger, I'm actually going to stick these stems only at the base. I'm keeping everything else loose and free. And then we have this beautiful bud that I'm going to lift up that one, have it just coming off the edge at the top. And then I have got one of the single flower heads again, but this one is the red. That's going to slide in just down here. So I'm now balancing my colours. And then some of the fabulous foliage that I've got on here, I've bring in some of these pieces like so. And these are now going to fill in all around. And this, when you look at the foliage on when you're doing something like this is really important. And the placement, because when you have foliage on a flower, that is what actually brings the flower to life, isn't it? The foliage is there to show the flower off. It's like, look at me. And I love when we've got pieces like this that just tuck in. If you attach them to the little other stems of the flowers as well and overlap at the front, that is just a beautiful floral to work with, allowing you to create just gorgeous cards like this. So I'm just going to turn that round for you so you can see it face on. There we go. But if I turn that, you can see all of the depth and dimension that we've got on there. So remember that little tip that I showed you at the very beginning, layering up and then snipping into your actual flower and lifting up your petals separately as well. So I want to say a great big thank you for joining us. I hope to see you all again soon. Show us your makes on our Facebook page, get in our groups and join in with everything that we've got coming and what we're doing in the future. And hope that you enjoyed that little bit of inspiration, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye.
If you want to see more from Highlight Crafts, make sure you click the like button. Subscribe by clicking the subscribe button below, and click the bell icon to receive notifications of all of our future content. You can also click here to see our latest video, or click here to see more videos like this one.